Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It's one of those days. Hey guys, it's Tracy Spivey and Mr. Pablo Solano, Egghead News. We're here giving you this audio podcast of New York Comic Con 2018 pre-show. Pablo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Ready.
He's there, boys and girls. I know you was wondering what we were talking about. And this is exciting time in New York. This is what, it's our turn. How about that? It's our turn. I don't care about the lawsuits. Can't say Comic-Con. I don't even want to go down that road. Hey, listen, I got the Star Wars. Hey, listen, boys and girls. I got the Star Wars movie. I've seen the backtrack. I always go. Let me tell you something. My inspiration, I always watch that plug about Lucas and how he started. That stuff is like, you guys don't understand. And some of you do understand. That stuff is like fire to me. Mm-hmm. How he started. How they did a garage and they were building set toys and it was a beatnik hippie attitude. But anyway, I can go on and on and on. Yeah. But before we even get into it, let's talk about the sky has fallen. The reviews have come in. Venom overall is a bad movie, but when you start comparing it to Catwoman and the last couple of Fantastic Four movies, I don't even know where to begin.
This is a problem.
Listen, I put it up there for the world to see. Catwoman. And we talking about Holly Berry's Catwoman, ladies and gentlemen. In case anybody wants to get confused, we're not talking about Eartha Kitt on the TV show back in the 1960s. No.
This is the problem. This is the problem.
This is
when you take someone else's character and you don't. This is what Tom Hardy said. My son showed me how I should play Venom because he didn't know what he was dealing with. This is the problem when you have someone who doesn't really love the character and are just seeing green, and they figure and they say, okay, you know what's working, and this is the mentality of people who just looking for the ways to get money. This is the mentality. You know why Marvel is so successful?
Because they don't disrespect the fan base.
Exactly.
They don't disrespect the fan
base. They do the colors. They do the actual characters from the comic books and bring them to life. So Sony is saying, okay, let's do that with Venom. The last Venom didn't really look like Venom.
Pete, Avi Arad has always been like that. And you know what? I take it back. Avi not so much Sony, as much more with Fox. Yeah. But we'll talk about that in a little bit later. But Avi has been, but then like the critics are saying, his temperament was as if the comic book genre started. And you said this on the show. We said this on we said this on episode 16. Was it 16? Yes, episode 16. Marvel Studios has now created the Matrix. You can't go back to those old X-Men and say this is the template. You can't do that no more. No, you can't. You can't. After Infinity War, the game's changed, man.
Yeah, if the formula isn't Marvel's formula,
okay,
it's not going to work. But I'll say this about Venom. Venom.
Wow,
I wanted, because there was rumblings, the early rumblings that Venom was good.
Yeah,
the movie was good.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if it was successful, and if it was successful, we would have probably had some sort of collaboration with Marvel, similar to what we have with Spider-Man. So I was hopeful that Venom would succeed, but we knew this was going to happen. If Marvel doesn't have anything to do with it, then it's not going to work. I have all confidence in the world in saying if Marvel ain't doing a Marvel character and somebody else, because they got the rights of doing it, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
So now I held my peace.
So now what happens?
Now about Morbius the vampire? Aren't you scared now about Kraven the Hunter? Aren't you scared now about Black? I'm scared. Sony Japan, we put it on Instagram. Please. And I'm sure as professionals, Mr. Inger and Mr. Feige, they will wait. Let Sony get its run by the end of the year. And I'm sure, listen, Pete, we're not in the room, but let's be honest. You know that's probably what's on the table. Let this production crew do these things. But, sir, would you please give us another go at it if it's not productive? Yeah. If it's not even so much productive, if it's just... I mean, if it's goddamn awful, we got to sit down and talk, because now we really want to start talking about protecting all of our characters. Now we can't do this.
So we have to wait now for the numbers to come out, right?
Yeah,
so
the end game. Yeah,
Marvel, all Marvel has to do right now, based on what's coming out and what most likely will probably be a failure in Sony's part, is sit back and wait to see what it is that they're gonna do. Are going to be so confident enough to announce a slate?
I think they should approach Sony Japan, not Sony USA, because they didn't want to do the deal in the first place. I think they should approach Sony Japan and say, listen, I mean, and I think we could be honest. This wasn't a thing where, the movies, some people liked it, some people didn't, some people thought they needed it. No, they said Catwoman, the Fantastic Four, awful. I mean, we've hit the floor. We what? Yeah. We've hit the floor. That's just my opinion. I just hope, and I'm not talking about salvaging, and I understand about contracts and deals, and I understand you got to keep Avi around. And now that's why, of course, we didn't get a Green Goblin, and we see the set pics from Mysterio over in Paris. But listen, you and I both know Spider-Man is following Infinity War Part 2, Avengers 4, whatever you want to call it. It's going to make $1 billion, Sony.
You think Spider-Man? You think Spider-Man Far From what? What is it called? Far From Home.
Far From Home is
gonna make $1 billion.
It's the follow-up.
But you think it's gonna make $1 billion?
The last one made 8 something.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's gonna put it over the top? The Avenger movie a month and a half before it. Mm-hmm. Just like what did we say about Captain Marvel? Some people threw some numbers out there. I think we had 2 nerds and an actor on the show. Everybody said, I said 8. We said 8. I always go with 8 what? For the first time. Captain Marvel. I said 8.
I think it's making $1 billion. I think it's making $1 billion.
You say Captain Marvel is so important now.
Yes.
It introduces Skrulls. It's so important now. And I know people say, well, it sounds like he's geeking out. But no, it's really so important now. Everything that comes out of Captain Marvel now is Bible.
But
the other races, the Kree, the Skrulls, the Celestials, the Eternals. Look at what's coming out of this movie.
I've been talking to quite a bit of people, and they all tell me the same thing. That it was a little bit more serious. They really didn't show much. Marvel's playing games, man. Marvel's playing games.
Well, you called it, and I always gave you credit for that on the show. I said, he told me, and a lot of people, now we can look back, we're a year away. Mm-hmm. He said, let me tell you how they're going to do it. Thor's going to make you laugh. I'm like, what? No. Thor is the setup.
Yeah.
I said, what you mean? Thor's setting you up. He's setting you up. I said, what do you mean? Thor Ragnarok is going to make you laugh. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to lie. Everything's on tape that we record. We're not sitting here saying, no, people say, oh, you guys act like it. No, listen, we're not soothsayers. I'm not an oracle. There's no globe here. We're not witches, warlocks. He said, Thor's going to set you up. Because I can go back to when we talk about Thor Ragnarok. I said, I don't get it. And I was saying that. Me and you was talking. I said, I don't get this. What they do? He said, Trey, listen, they setting you up.
Yeah.
Thor's gonna lull you into a false sense of, because we just had the Guardians and now we're coming up with like a jokey Thor. And I'm like, I don't want to see a jokey Thor. Yeah, they messed up Dark World, but I thought that Thor changed the game. I guess this is the best way for them to interpret the movie. And then after Thor, we had to wait.
Yeah.
Black Panther was Black Panther is something different. Black Panther is a once in a lifetime. That's never going to happen again.
That was his own. Black Panther was his own thing, and that's why it was much more successful.
But following your thread, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, Ragnarok, jokey, ha ha, dance off, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Then Black Panther hits you. Mm-hmm. Takes you completely out of that non-cynical.
Yeah.
And we get an Avengers Infinity War that just off the bat, I'm sorry, that opening scene. And then when Thanos defeated the Hulk in less than 3 minutes, you knew you were not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. You knew. You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. You're not. And now, Ant-Man, a complete drop down. Right?
Yo, that opening scene in Infinity War was like, pay attention, niggas. This is going to be...
That's right. Yes. Ant-Man was a drop. Ant-Man was never going to be, I don't know what anybody thought. Ant-Man was not going to be, Ant-Man could have been on other networks, as we had said. The one thing we got out of Ant-Man was the credits. Okay, but now we moved on. We moved on. And now Captain Marvel is going to hit you with the bam again. So that now when we see Avengers 4.
This is what Captain Marvel's going to do, Trey.
All right, let me hear this.
It's supposed to hype. This is the roller coaster, man. This is the roller coaster. Now,
yes, you said this.
You down.
He said the roller coaster. He's going to upset.
Down.
I didn't understand.
Now it's ramping up. It's ramping up to get you. So at the end of Captain Marvel, you're going to be like, yo, what are we about to see right now?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, holy cow. And it's funny. We could say this, guys, and not even talk about, we're not even talking about the Fox stuff yet. But just the fact of what's happening now in our regular Marvel MCU, I guess we could say the old MCU. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to die. Everybody's speculating who's going to die. But we got to get ready and brace for changes. Major changes that's probably going to break some hearts, rip some souls. And Spider-Man, a month and a half later. So we don't get to, oh my God, we don't get to mourn, suffer. I mean, this is gonna be hard, Jesus. But anyway, we don't get to mourn, suffer. That's why I say Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, will be the benefactor of people wanting some type of what you didn't get with Ant-Man 2.
Yeah.
We want to now go forward. We now know that there is a world. There is Nick but how do we get here? Like Avengers holds everything. And then after that, we also now know, because guess what, Pete? After Spider-Man Far From Home, we don't know what the next Marvel movie is.
Yeah.
And now I think that should give a little segue into X-Men Dark Phoenix. Guess what? Now that the deal should be announced probably by 2019 March, that it's all final since they're getting the international rights signed. And you were right, and we both said it. Guess what? Comcast Universal did get Sky. You're gonna have to pay ransom to stream your movies in Europe. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little business. We kind of thought that was gonna happen. I had thought, and you could check our platforms or all the stuff that we're on. I thought they wanted some film material. I thought they wanted a franchise.
I did say
that. That's what I thought. Huh?
I did say that Comcast was going to get Sky.
Yeah, no, you said that.
That was
a
trade. That was a trade.
Yeah, that was, yeah. They ran up and do believe, I think Comcast wanted everything. Don't think that, they ran up the price knowing that no. Comcast.
I don't think they wanted everything. I think they got what they wanted. They just put a little pressure on. That's all. Disney was not gonna get beat.
So Comcast said, "Let me take
we gotta get this other stuff,
or the streaming services. We're gonna get killed." And ladies and gentlemen, not just Disney, Warner Brothers. Everybody goes through Comcast and goes through Sky in Europe. It's so. Comcast, Universal, NBC, they made out okay. Now, will we ever get those distribution rights back to the Hulk? Will they now come to the table and we could talk like businessmen and say, listen,
I think Marvel,
let's just get this over with now, because you can't
Marvel's
do nothing
come
with
to
it.
the table. I'm pretty sure Marvel's going to reach out, if they haven't already, and reach out to those individuals who have their characters and be like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and they have to be straight up about it. They have to be like, yo, Universal, if you're gonna make a Submariner movie or a Hulk movie, you're gonna have to spend money, because look at how much we spend, and we break the bank. What are you going to do to compete? You can't. You're just going to be spending money. Let's work something out.
I think this might be ugly to say. You try to make a Hulk movie. No. But I'm sorry. The only thing that Universal has over the Hulk and Namor characters is the distribution. You can't distribute nothing if we don't make it.
Yeah.
We're not going to make it because Disney, we have our own distribution. Like you said, let's just come to the table. You got Sky. And I'm not, listen, we're not laboring for Marvel. Don't think, oh, we're on the payroll. No, like they accused Kevin Smith, which is funny. The guys accused Kevin Smith, but Kevin Smith is doing the DC universe. Anyway, that's how crazy it is right now, boys and girls. But you can't do anything without me. Listen, you can't do anything without me. I can't do anything with you because we have our own. Let's come, like you said, let's come to the table. But Pete, let's get to the nitty gritty. The Fox stuff. By March 2019, everything should be home. Did you notice that they made Fox take X-Men off of the title of Dark Phoenix? The movie is now called Dark Phoenix. And did you know they moved the movie again 2 months after?
Yeah.
What is going... Ladies and gentlemen, if this thing winds up on Blu-ray, would anybody really be shocked? I wouldn't.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Disney really doesn't want this thing out. Kevin Feige, I'm sure they don't want this out.
Yeah.
I mean, but not for nothing. What did you think of the trailer? It looks like old Singer X-Men movies.
And there was nothing... There was nothing revolutionary of the X-Men. It was the same... look and feel, and it's nothing new, nothing exciting. We know that this is the end.
I'm not saying Singer's movies were bad, but if you're not connected to a greater universe, it doesn't have a lot of weight. In my opinion. But this is the thing.
It can be a great film, but it's like, what's the point? Where do we go from here?
That's what I said. Why? That's what I always say about this. Anybody not connected to the MCU, what's the point?
But I don't know. I just want to know. I don't know if you've read anything. Why are they putting out this film? What is the purpose of Fox?
I think the advertisers. Remember, these guys paid for it.
Okay.
You know the vendors. And I asked.
No, but don't you think Disney has enough money to be like, yo, here's your money back?
Do you really want to? Wow. Oh, well, we had toys. No, excuse me, I take that back. There was no toys associated because Marvel and Disney still owns the marketing rights. So there was no toys, there was no comic books. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you will start seeing an influx of X-Men toys, X-Men, all that is now coming back. So Sideshow Collectibles, we're about to start getting some X-Men stuff other than that one Wolverine doll. We're about to see some Storm. We're about to see some, I mean, the door was open. But now going forward, can we actually speculate on the upcoming MCU without actually knowing what happens in that Avengers 4 movie? And do you think the Avengers 4 will plug in mutants or the Fantastic Four or Doctor Doom or Galactus or Silver Surfer?
There will be something. There will be something. The X-Men is going to be a slow burn.
Why do you think that? Do you have to do it like that?
I think so. Because you have to build that, man. You have to build that anticipation. You know what I'm saying?
But the
it's like Avengers. What happened with Avengers? It was a slow burn.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a different world.
What was the opposite of Warner Brothers? They gave us a Justice League in like 3 films.
Oh, that was. You know what I'm saying? You saw all the reports and everything. Everybody saying how Warner Brothers did this wrong. But now that you mentioned that, let's talk about the plan. The 5-picture arc that Zack Snyder was headed to the death of Batman. This once again now comes into where everyone says you can't put 5 different elements from 5 different storylines in one movie. I mean, how does that? I mean, it's just icing on the cake of what we always said. Ladies
and gentlemen, we don't like to talk about. It's like we try to move on from WB and Zack Snyder.
I don't like DC.
It's like he is. I think we should rename the show the Zack Show because he is named every single time. We spend like minutes and minutes on him, and yet again because this doesn't end. this doesn't end.
Yeah, like it doesn't
more
end,
news
like...
comes out, and it's like, wow, even more shocking than the previous one.
That
to
is true.
kill
You just said
Batman
after we did the Justice League review that we were. It doesn't. It's got like a life unto itself. It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop because more news keeps coming out, and now he was going to kill Batman. He was going to kill Batman. It's like, yo, what are you? Yo, he killed Jimmy Olsen and nobody knew.
In 5 seconds, he killed Jimmy Olsen. One of the corner triangles of the Superman trilogy. One triangle is the Daily Planet. The other triangle is his family. And the other triangle is Lois. Oh, my God. He killed off the Daily Planet.
Batman. It's like, really? And then there's people out there that really... These are two different types of fans. I'll tell you right now. We're fans.
Those who know.
Wait. We're fans. No, we're fans that are, we think about who the characters are and why they are, and the amazing things that they do.
Yeah,
and then they're fans. And then they're fans that just see the character because they're dressed up but they just go crazy. They don't care. It's like they don't care. They don't care about the substance.
Yeah.
They don't care about the substance. And it's like, and I've talked to people who thought that, and this, okay, if you love the movie, great, fantastic. But the majority of people, and I'm not saying I'm agreeing with the majority of people in that because I want to agree with them. I didn't like the movie. We just so happened to majority feel that it was whack. And yet there are people out there that are clamoring for a Justice League cut and
that's the one that killed me. What do you think you were
crazy?
Gonna get?
It's crazy. And then they're harassing people from Warner. They're harassing Warner Brother execs online, and it's like, what kind of world is this? Where people, if you're the minority but you loved it, hey yo, make your own money and do your own film.
Best of luck.
But it's like I don't know what to say anymore. He was gonna kill Batman. Like, really, yo? That's what you wanted to do?
I mean,
you wanted to give us something that we've never really.
There's a part of me. I'm not. There's a part of me with some of the other aspects that were. I think Warner Brothers thought he was universe building when obviously he wasn't. He was doing a 5-picture arc, and then he was out.
And then you're gonna kill Batman. He's like, I'm gonna kill Batman, and then I'm out.
He killed Superman first. Superman goes in the third movie. Batman goes in the fifth. Really?
Wow.
Who's watching this? No, and everybody's looking at each other. What the hell?
But then there's people with their eyes open because is that little kid in them. It's still that little kid. And when you were a little kid, you watched garbage. You know what I'm saying? You watch stuff that you thought was dope. Like I used to think Electric Boogaloo was dope when I was a kid, and then I saw it as an adult. I was like, "What the hell is this?" But that's how they see it.
You watch these old shows like, "Wow, this."
You know what I'm saying? This is terrible. But now, it's like they don't care. They just see them up on screen, and they're in the movies, and they're living that little kid life. And it's like,
I think that's people who don't respect. As you said, I'm not gonna say the genre. Obviously, they love the genre because they're watching it. But that's people who don't know these characters. And wow,
I think there are people that do know these characters from the comic books, but I don't know if they know how to distinguish between like good and bad in terms of content. It's like these movies are not just about action. You know?
Yeah, I just don't want to. Yeah, this is about the mythology. I just don't want to see guys run around in a costume. Just like I had to post up a Oops article. I thought that Pedro Pascal in the Wonder Woman 1984 was gonna play Hades. That was perfect.
It's like you telling me you liked Street Fighter,
the video game,
just because you saw the characters in there.
Oh no, you gotta like it. You gotta,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
It.
I doubt there are people. I'm pretty sure there are people out there that loved the film. I gotta.
Yeah, well, it's like you just said. You watched
I'm
Star Trek because they were in space.
I'm gonna find.
Or you didn't care about Spock, and you just like Star Trek because they were in space. Really, that's kind of thin. That's kind of thin. Like, you know, I mean, we talk about the show you put me on, Toys That Made Us. These genres have followings, and the one thing you get out of all of the interviews, the fans knew every iota of the characters.
Yep. Yeah.
It wasn't a passing thing,
like
you said about Bumblebee, like you said about the Bumblebee movie. They're looking more and more authentic because the people follow the characters, not just let me just show you a costume. That's not that's not how
I think
it works.
I think the first step in doing all this, X-Men worked because they were somewhat recognizable. They had some of the things that make them who they are in the film, but they were not instantly recognizable because those colors weren't there. The main focus in the
single movies was Wolverine, which was kind of not fair.
Because he's always been the most popular X-Men.
Yeah. They said who's really almost as popular as Wolverine. This generation loves Cyclops. They love Cyclops. They love Colossus. They love all the other ones. We'll see.
I think, again, Marvel is going to do things the Marvel way.
Yeah.
They're not going to just give you everything.
No. He's not going to do that because he's looking, like you always say, he's looking long term. He's not looking the next 3 years. He's looking 10 years down the road. And one thing I threw at Freddie the other night, do we start off with teenagers? Are we going to go to the CW, right? Get these young actors to play these young 5 X-Men that start out, and then we just roll with them? Or do we grandfather people from the previous Fox movies? And if we do grandfather, would that bother you?
I think they don't do. I think you wipe.
Let everybody go. I want McAvoy. Yeah. If you keep McAvoy and Fassbender, I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind that. But to be fair, I wouldn't put him back in either. You know what I'm saying? To be fair,
and we go get a brand new Wolverine. We get a new Wolverine.
I think you start from scratch. You don't.
Well, this is where you
don't give me anything.
This is where you and Freddie conflict. Where Freddie said no, bring Hugh. I said, you know what they call that in the business? That's a stunt. That's a what? That's a stunt. That's a stunt.
Hugh Jackman should not be allowed to do that movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to. I agree on the professional end of it. Not personal end. I like Hugh and everything, but something like that would be a stunt because you and I both know eventually you can't keep him.
Because
you can't keep him.
Even though it's not connected, Trey, having Hugh Jackman in the film connects.
Yeah, that makes that whole other reality.
You got to disconnect. You got to disconnect. You got to disconnect.
Yeah,
and it sucks because James McAvoy and Fassbender are dope. Hugh Jackman, is pretty much Wolverine. But we were never satisfied, so to speak, with Hugh Jackman. We were satisfied, but we weren't like happy.
Yeah. We weren't happy.
But he was good. He was good, but he wasn't like
you're right.
the Wolverine
you're right.
from the comic books. He wasn't that.
He's not. Yeah, because there was also the other
there's
element.
Another level. There's another level to it.
There's the other elements. Weapon X program, Alpha Flight. There was other things that Fox did not develop. And it's not the public's fault that you only developed this one character. You did that terrible Deadpool that Ryan Reynolds was able to clean up. And then we also had conversations about whether or not Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool will fit in the MCU. Picture Deadpool in Infinity War. That would never work.
Yeah. I mean, think about what Disney is about to unveil next year with their Disney streaming service and what possibilities
Star Wars
could
shows
arise from there. Yeah. Well, not even so much the Star Wars shows. I'm talking about in regards to the Marvel. They can speed up the process. They can speed up the process of bringing up the X-Men to film by doing these side films on their streaming show, but they'll have the budget to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But don't you think that and I don't want to drift, but don't you think that the and I understand we all know why they're doing this stuff streaming to compete with Netflix because they're about to open up their own thing and as of 2019 the last Marvel movie contracted to Netflix will be Captain Marvel. That's it, boys and girls. You heard it on this podcast first. In case you heard it everywhere else, but just a reminder that's it. That's it.
That who's gonna be Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel's the last Marvel film that will be on Netflix. Period. Avengers 4 and everything else, that'll be on the new streaming channel.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure Infinity War will hit Netflix in the next 4 months or something, probably. Maybe. And then next year, this time, Captain Marvel will probably hit, and then that's it. Because Black Panther's on Netflix. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy to see it, but yeah, Black Panther's on Netflix, and I think that's it, boys and girls. Anything more about incorporating the X-Men is one thing. I'm really more excited about incorporating. I'm excited, but I'm really more excited about incorporating the Fantastic Four. Yeah. That is, for it to finally be done correctly, and the fact that I'm probably going to get my soul ripped out this May and not have my regular heroes. I want to, you got to, listen, the whole thing about Kevin knows he's got to make the audience feel good. You got to want to see Ben, Johnny, this whole thing that, I don't know. First of all, I don't know what type of Ben Grimm they're going to do. Ben Grimm was one of the most popular characters in all comicdom in the 70s. You had Spider-Man, who teamed up with everybody, and you had The Thing that teamed up with everybody. The Thing even had his own cartoon on Channel 7. People don't remember this. The Thing was probably the second most popular character in Marvel Comics. But now who's going to do The Thing? Are they really going to make it John Cena and put rocks on him to make him look like a human thing? I don't know what Kevin wants to do. I don't know what Kevin... Maybe Kevin wants them to look like a chunk of rocks, like the last X-Men movie. The last Fantastic Fox.
Whatever Kevin decides to do, man, I think...
I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to roll with it. Because I know it's going to end up great.
I want to see freaking Norrin Rad, Silver Surfer, Galactus.
Oh, that's wow.
That's
I don't
the
even have the words.
That's the ultimate story right there. That's the ultimate story.
Wow. That's right, boys and girls.
You do Norrin Rad.
No big space cloud
on Zenla. You do Norrin Rad with Zenla.
Oh, it should, as you said before in one of the shows, it should never be on Earth. I don't even want to see Earth.
Nope.
Don't want to see Earth.
Nope.
Period. Guardians of the Galaxy cheated.
Imagine Earth showed up in Star Wars. It'll be ruined. It'll be ruined.
No, you can't do that. Imagine that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, what the hell?
Imagine that. It'll be ruined. The whole fantasy will be ruined.
Yeah. So we know Silver Surfer will eventually get to Earth. I get that.
Yeah, he gets there, but I don't want to go there right now. Not in the first movie. Yeah.
The first movie should be about him and basically Galactus.
Yep.
And then if they, like you started with Galactus devouring a planet, we might start off the Silver Surfer with the origin of Galactus.
Yeah.
And that first montage. Well, not so fast. If they want to put some gravitas to it, not so fast like what they did in the first Black Panther. I get
they may have snuck
not that fast.
They may have snuck it in Guardians of the Galaxy. The beginning of Galactus.
And which Guardians? The first or the second one?
The first. The first, when they bring the stone, or when the Collector is explaining the stones to them, there was a real subtle scene where you see a humanoid screaming, looked like he was screaming, and it was taken from the pages of one of the comic books. I sent you a link to that discovery. Wow.
That's when Gale. Hey, listen. Yes. Hey. Let's start pre-bang. Galen on his planet about to die. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? And then Galen, and seeing his world collapse just like Donna did in Superman 78. That first 15 minutes is still probably one of the greatest opening comic book scenes in history. And seeing that universe, boom! And then seeing the universe, the current one, come in the fold and then fade to black.
Yeah.
That would be oh my God. And they get John Williams to score the Silver Surfer movie. Oh my God. Oh my God. Forget about it. It's a wrap.
Marvel has so many possibilities. It's just incredible.
It's crazy.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's just crazy. And if anybody says, oh, well, Trey, maybe they shouldn't do the score. Are you crazy? Do you know how epic that would be?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Having John Williams score the Silver Surfer. Are you, before this man, God forbid, before this man leaves this movie, are you kidding? That means he would have done Superman, Star Wars, and the Silver Surfer. It's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. That's it. John Williams.
I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a prediction, and this is why I'm making this prediction. And this is going back to Venom. Tom Hardy today or yesterday made a statement about some of the scenes being cut out that he liked. Wow. He retracted his statement, and
of course the company's going to come down on you.
Yeah, and say, and now I'm pretty sure, because if Venom fails, people are going to be asking for the extended cut of that Venom film.
Here we go.
You heard it all here over again. First. You heard it here first.
But once again, like everything else, the only cut scenes when added that actually made the movie better, one, Ben Affleck's Daredevil. If you ever see, oh my God, this is pretty good. Yeah.
Ben Affleck's
what happened?
Daredevil?
That was Fox. The only other movie, you add the scenes, The Phantom Menace is still The Phantom Menace. That movie wasn't going to be good no matter what. Why? Because you got, and I'm not bashing Star Wars, but since everybody was bashing Star Wars, and Miss Kennedy got a 3-year extension, I don't even know. We'll talk about that at Comic-Con. But you got 40 minutes of that pod race and 15 minutes of them fighting Darth Maul. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. What? Something's wrong. Then they try to amp it up. The Clone Wars was a better movie. You got more action. It really was a better movie. But the last movie failed it when he became Vader. And
I like that film. I think that was the best one out of the 3.
You like the last one?
Yeah.
Wow.
The last one was the best one out of the 3, yo.
The one thing I got out of
the last one was the best one out of the 3.
Ben Kenobi treated Anakin like shit. I'm sorry, I said it. He did. No, listen, I said it. I wouldn't have followed him either. He treated him like shit. He did. He did. I didn't like it. I mean, fuck you. I would have left. I would have hung out with Window. I would have hung out with Mace Window.
Yo, that was the best movie.
The Clone Wars was pretty good, though. And you know what? The Clone Wars was pretty good. It gave me a little bit more of Star Wars mythology. I didn't know that all those stormtroopers, all these years, was the same guy.
Yeah.
Holy shoot. What? Yeah. It was the same one guy. Wow. Yep. And that Boba Fett is all the stormtroopers. Right? Yeah, Boba Fett's all the stormtroopers. And you say to yourself, what? But the best thing about the third movie, and I don't even know the title of that thing was, when they flipped the switch and they all turned. What a devious plot that was. That was, not for nothing, that was genius. That was genius. No, that was genius.
Order 66, right?
Yeah, that was genius. You did not see that coming. You didn't see that coming. After they took that was genius.
That's Palpatine playing the long game.
Yes, there you go. That's scary the way you said it. But yeah, he played the long game. He drew you in. and you thought you're fighting for it, and this guy just flips a switch. Holy, well, like what happened? And then Yoda's screeching because everybody's getting killed left and right. Boom, boom, boom. Like what the? Ooh. I mean, you talk about wow. That was that. Now, if Lucas wrote that, as much as everybody, that was genius. Yeah. That switch.
So,
but let's stick to New York Comic Con. Let's stick to stuff present day. We don't want to ramble forth because, like I said, when we do these things, we can talk for hours. Venom. Let's see how the end numbers end up. It's to the point now that we know the quality of the film is not acceptable to a lot of people. You guys see, I'm being very PC. It's not acceptable to a lot of people, and let's see if Sony Japan does the right thing. That's the only thing. I'm now more worried about the other projects, or excuse me, any project that comes out of Avi Arad's head to do. All you're gonna do is just drag that character through the mud, and and Tom Hardy saying what, like you said, saying what he said. That's just God, causing problems down the line.
Yeah, already,
down the road.
I'll say this. What was I going to say? Damn it. Was it regarding Venom, I think?
Oh, no. Tom was about Tom Hardy causing problems down the road.
Well, I think all Marvel now has to do, if it fails, which I believe we're in consensus between you and I that it'll occur, there's not going to be anyone clamoring for any of their films. With Kraven the Hunter, Morbius the Vampire, and none of that.
Man.
They obviously they made these announcements just to show some strength and confidence into Venom. But it's like you can't. We're not stupid. Yeah. We're gonna go see the movie and tell you that it's whack. We're not gonna go see it again. We're gonna tell people not to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's those movies over the first weekend? You got me. The second weekend, and then word of mouth, it's over. What? It's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Really?
Marvel all has to do is sit down and just chill and see what they're going to do. And see what Sony's going to do. Are they going to seriously go through with another movie? I don't know.
Oh, you guys really going to you greenlit the Morbius movie with Jared Leto.
I don't know if that film gets done. But, yeah, man. New York Comic Con. Friday, looking forward to being out there interviewing people.
Oh yeah, it should be exciting. It should be exciting. We got a lot of people to talk to.
Taking pictures.
Yeah.
Doing all that.
Yeah. New York Comic Con is going to be good.